Round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Commanders and the 49ers, and it comes your way next.
It was a frequent sight in the 80s and 90s, and it's continued on till today. Playoff football in the Bay Area as we welcome you to Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, it's the second game here on this Wild Card Saturday, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
It's the second of our two games here on this Saturday as Super Wild Card Weekend continues here on EA Sports.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And he was absolutely sensational throwing the football all year long, better than 40 touchdown passes. That means he made good decisions, and his team trusted him with the ball. So I can't imagine a scenario in this game where they change their philosophy. If they trusted him in the regular season, they're going to trust him now and let him turn it loose.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Samuel in motion. Out of the gun, Purdy.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. Taking it right down Broadway.
Look at the big man rumble.
Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 55 yards.
And the Niners will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there.
Jake Moody now for the point after.
And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
It's very simple to say. It's a tough spot to go on the road in the playoffs for any quarterback. But when you're a rookie, now you know you've got big-time pressure on you because he's shown that he's beyond his years throughout the season. He's played at a high level, and his team is very confident in him. But to go on the road leading your team in the postseason as a rookie, that's a whole nother level.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Here we go.
Play action, now it's Daniels.
and down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down the pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score.
There he goes, right side.
Look at the big fella go. George Kittle.
Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll make the score 14-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And able to get this out to the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game.
To throw is Daniels.
Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Throwing now is Daniels. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Ready, go.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Daniels looking to throw.
Flushed out right. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their 1st-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Running on first down, Eckler. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Austin Eckler.
An 18-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders are back within a score.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
And throwing here, Purdy.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Shotgun now with Purdy. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Deebo going in motion left. Purdy on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And they'll send the slot in motion left. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
4th down try. Here's Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle doing it again with his his third touchdown here in the opening quarter.
And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Javon Hargrave gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right down behind center.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. To the air goes Daniels.
Eluding the pressure right.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. Says to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Purdy now to throw. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And Debo going to have a Niners first down as he'll get this up past the 45.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Purdy looking to throw.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Samuel in motion. Purdy will look to throw again here. This one caught by Kittle.
Touchdown, 49ers!
George Kittle on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the 49ers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Now Moody for the PAT.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
A
A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. And, you know, listen, there's 2 ways to get the number 7 seed. You can back into it or you can charge your way into it and seize it. But ultimately, once you're here, you can throw that out the window. You've got to come to play.
Yeah, you just think of that phrase, any given Sunday or Saturday as the case may be. And even though this is a 2 versus 7 matchup, don't think for 1 second that this game's going to be a pushover. Anything can happen once the playoffs begin.
A give, Eckler running to the right. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Daniels.
Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip up a game that big. And he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47.
Motion man is Crowder. Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a toss running left. Eckler takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Brock Purdy and the offense back out there.
He continues to just torch this defense. Perfect on the last drive, including his 4th touchdown pass of the game.
Similar to hitters that are in that great zone in baseball, and they say the ball looks bigger when it's approaching the plate and they're smacking it around. I think for him, the windows to throw into are wide open. Doesn't matter whether they're tight or not. He feels like it's wide open, puts it in there. 4 touchdown passes. He thinks he's going to throw a whole lot more before this one's over.
Debo going in motion left. Purdy will set up to throw it here. It returns it right back to Samuel. And Debo going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made up near the 35.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Here's Purdy.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big play there for the Niners. 46 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop it. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Samuel in motion. Once more, Purdy looking to throw.
And it's caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle from 19 yards away.
And the Niners continue to pull away here in this first half.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Washington offense going back to work. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10.
Come on. Smack. Chop alert.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
Okay, ready?
13 yards. 1st down, Washington.
Let's go now. Ready, go.
Here's the option.
He gives it up, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
Here we go.
Now Daniels.
Escaping the pressure right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
Purdy.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now Purdy.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete.
Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Debo going in motion left. Back to throw, Purdy.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Purdy sets up to throw again. That's caught downfield by Kittle.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 2 games here on this Super Wild Card Saturday is at halftime. We'll get it back out to you guys in just a minute. But first, time to look ahead to Sunday's action here on the NFC side of the bracket. And this one looks like it should be a dandy, as it's going to be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Minnesota Vikings. We saw a fine performance in the first half from the former Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. He put together the kind of half you dream about. 5 touchdown passes, as his guys are well in control of this ball game. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the 3rd quarter. Daniels looking to throw.
This one caught by Crowder.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Throwing now is Daniels. He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
Call it a gain of a yard, and 3rd and 8 now.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
Let's go. Let's go.
To throw is Daniels.
On the screen, this is Eckler. Shrugs him off. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And the Commanders' first down.
To the air goes Daniels. That one complete out to Dotson.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Austin Eckler.
His second touchdown of the night.
And the Commanders get a bit closer. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again, they've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Samuel in motion. Purdy now to throw.
And this is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Daniels.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Come on. Check. Unlock right.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Okay, great. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Daniels.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Purdy looking to throw.
Open man is Samuel, complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Purdy on 4th down.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
But not a fun game at all for anyone who's playing defense on the field at this point. They just gave up another 1st down on another good run. I wonder if the defense coordinator just says, let's sell out.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Jahan Dotson,
35 yards.
And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there.
Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And the slot man goes in motion left.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
Debo going in motion left. Here's Purdy.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Touchdown! George Kittle, a 20-yard touchdown.
And the 49ers take a 3-touchdown lead.
That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Jahan Dotson getting set for this next drive.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Man, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready? Let go.
Here's Daniels. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Gets this out quickly to Dotson.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Now Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Ready?
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. That is caught, and he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Here we go. Set.
Eckler is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Daniel's going to throw for it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Ready.
Purdy.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there. A gain of 14 and a 1st down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No.
To the right side and intercepted.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior.
The Commanders' offense set to take over. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Ready. Let's go.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And look at this for the 2nd straight play. The 49er defense drops him for a loss. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Now a handoff to Rodriguez.
He stiff arms him. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Get it.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Jaden Daniels
Keeping it himself from 7 yards out.
and the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.